After our initial release of FIFA 21 details, FIFA fans are once again going crazy for a new game despite completely hating the current game. This is the reason why FIFA fans will never win against EA. Let's get into it. What is up, everybody? Jacob and Zaggy here talking about FIFA once again. I have another video about FIFA where I talked about how you shouldn't be buying FIFA 21, but it seems like a lot of people are still going to be buying the game. So I'm going to do another video talking about it. Obviously, my platform isn't going to make everybody stop buying the game, but just voicing my opinion on the FIFA games, the state of how EA is operating with FIFA at the moment. Going to talk very negatively about the company over the course of this video and how they are kind of brainwashing people into buying the game, giving them money continuously year after year. FIFA fans are crying for better content, but it's just not going to happen. This is Amateur Hour Sports, where we give you raw and unfiltered sporting content Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, 4 days a week. So if it is your first time here with me today and you like what you see, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. Insight and opinion on the sporting world, as well as some informative videos on the history of sport, and very rarely we do some video game content. So starting off with just some of the many things that infuriate me about this fucking game, FIFA 20. There's the broken Frostbite engine system that, oh my god, it's horrible. Since they added that in, it's been absolutely horrible. There is the almost unbeatable one depth, one width defensive system that just causes an absolute clusterfuck at the top of the 18-yard box, making it almost impossible to penetrate beyond that and actually score a goal. All you can do is pass the ball around in the midfield, watching your opponent counter you at will when he somehow wins the ball at the top of his box. This causes a definitive lack of reward for good players. You know, people who actually have quality on the ball just can't actually do anything against inferior players who just sit at the top of their box and won't let you break them down at all. And even when you are trying to defend the other guy coming at the counter, with such quick play being the meta for this year, even if you are good at defense, sometimes you just aren't rewarded with your good tackling, but more on that in a few seconds. There's just such shit content coming out constantly from the company, from EA. You see it on their Twitter, and they just get bombarded with shitty replies and just degrading the company, and it's absolutely deserved, the shit they get in all their social media platforms. And there is so much of this shit content that it is just completely saturating the market. Like, did we really need two different future stars teams? Like, did we really need two of those? I get it is one of the best promotions from FIFA 19, but did we need two squads? Like, are you that greedy for money? You need to make it into two different squads to lower the chances of people actually packing these players and just extending it over that period of time to make you more money from the packs and just making people want them even more, but they can't get them because there's less players available in those packs. You know there is way too much content when there are prime icons going for less than 100k. Yes, I know these are the worst icons, but that just simply does not happen. Prime icons going for that, you had like the worst icons going for no less than 300k in other games. And the one biggest thing I cannot stand about FIFA, especially FIFA 20 this year, is when you perfectly time your tackle on defense and it just goes through the defender's legs, or it just doesn't make the tackle animation. The player can just simply run by you, even though you are right there ready to win the ball, especially when you're forwards. When you're pressing with your forwards and you actually are there to intercept the ball and it doesn't let your player stick out their foot in order to make that interception, that is one of the biggest, most infuriating things. But at least you don't be punished from that. You're punished when you're at the top of your 18-yard box. You time a slide tackle perfectly, and somehow, yeah, my Rafael Varane is just going to let the ball go through his legs. One of the best tacklers in the world. There is absolutely no chance when you time a tackle like that it should ever be going through your defender's legs. There is the broken shooting system when you could be pointing directly in the corner, sometimes on an open net, and it just puts the ball wide. Like, what am I supposed to do on a breakaway when I'm pointing directly in the corner but my player shanks it 5 yards wide? What else am I to do? There's the broken heading system. You can have like the best header of the ball in the game, but he still won't be able to win any headers. And in the miracle, he somehow wins a header, there's no fucking shot that header is going on net. There is the constant scripting that EA claim do not exist. Like, I can go on and on and on about how bad this game has been. At times, it honestly feels like the only way you are going to score is through a sweaty goal. Sweaty, 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 sweaty. We are now entering the time of year, late in the year of the video game, where EA start to actually put out better content and good content again, but do not be swindled by EA's games here. The only reason they're starting to put out good content now is because the FIFA 21 trailer and initial info has just been released. They are trying to leave you on a good note at the end of the year to persuade you into getting the next game by putting out the better content at the end of the year. People in January might have been, there's no fucking way I'm buying FIFA 21, but then they get to June and there's such good content. Well, maybe I'll give it a chance and get FIFA 21, give more money to EA. When in actuality, the unveiling of the information for the new game doesn't actually say anything about fixing the gameplay or improving gameplay. Going further into the unveiling of the game, they don't do any sort of gameplay content, but what they do show you is the graphic comparison. Oh my god, the problem with the fucking graphic comparison, every single year they do the same thing. They get a low res image of a player from the previous FIFA and put it next to a picture from the next FIFA where the player looks sweaty, and for some reason they just think the graphics are improved. It's a high res image. Like every single year, you can look at it this year. They did it from FIFA 19 to FIFA 20, then you look from FIFA 20 to FIFA 21, you got the sweaty picture and maybe it looks a little better, but look at the difference between FIFA 19 and FIFA 20, between Kylian Mbappe. There's no difference between the graphics there, and you're deluded if you think they're going to be any different for FIFA 21. They do these sort of things at the unveilings to distract you from the fact that they are not changing anything about the gameplay, and in fact are extracting content from the game. They're taking away the content from the game that we actually enjoy about the game. Like, no prime icon SBCs for this year. The only sort of prime icon SBCs there are is, a random one. You can't even pick the icon you want to get through your SBC anymore. I want to go back to FIFA 18 where I can pick the icon that I want to grind for the entire year. Like in FIFA 18, I grinded for Henrik Larsson's prime icon. That to this day is my favorite FIFA card of all time. I know I'm in the minority about how I feel about that Larsson card, but it was exactly what I needed and catered to my gameplay. And I could pick that player and go for him and put him in my team. But now I can grind for a prime icon, but it's a crapshoot who I get, and you're more likely going to get a fucking Van der Sar over anything, or a Rui Costa, a Vieri, or a Kluivert, a player you don't actually want to use. This causes you to spend more money on the game trying to get an icon you can actually use because you're dissatisfied with packing fucking John Barnes. And this is how the packs work. EA function like a gambling site. Except this gambling site is legal for people who are under 18 or under 21, depending where you live in the world. Once mom's credit card is loaded into your PlayStation or your Xbox account, you can buy away packs at will. It's already loaded in. Just add the FIFA points and buy the packs that you want to buy. They add in the FIFA points so you don't know how much money you're actually spending on each individual pack. If you saw an actual dollar value for how much you were spending on each individual pack, perhaps you wouldn't buy as many FIFA points. Perhaps you wouldn't spend as much on packs as you do. When actually gambling, you know the odds of winning and losing in certain aspects, the likelihood of getting a certain result. And EA feeds you those percentages on screen about what you can get in what pack. But we don't know if those are true, and in my opinion, they're not true at all. There's actually no credible information about the likelihood of getting each rating in a certain pack, which pushes it even further into a gambling site. Also, even if you pull like the high rated cards, this is the most overlooked aspect of the game. Even if you pull like a high rated card, it's not going to be the highest value of that rating. Like, do you honestly think that you have the same likelihood of packing an 87 Thiago to an 87 Heung-min Son? Like, they're the exact same overall, but how come you see one in like all your packs, but have you guys like actually packed a Heung-min Son, but how many Thiagos have you packed? Like let's look at Ferland Mendy, 80 overall. Like you must have packed millions of 80 overall players throughout the course of FIFA 20. How many times have you actually packed Ferland Mendy? There are a lot of people who may say they have never packed Ferland Mendy in the entirety of the game, yet all these other 80 overall players, they see in every other pack. How is it possible that the same overall player, like a Thiago to Heung-min Son, like a Ferland Mendy to any other 80, is just so much more scarcely seen in those packs? How does that make any sense? Why do you think in Team of the Season packs, you're way more likely to pack a goalie? Even if that goalie is higher rated, you are way more likely to pack a 95 rated goalkeeper to a 95 rated striker in the Team of the Season so far packs. The system is designed to make you gamble on the pack, and then it's designed to make you want to gamble again. They can't just reward you constantly with good players. They want to make you pay more to do it again. But what if you're out of money and you can't get more packs? Well, mom's credit card's already loaded onto the account. Time to get more packs, build up, and try again. Gamble your money again trying to get that good player. And you'll do it. You'll do it again and again until you finally get that player you wanted. The design of the pack opening process is addictive. The flashing lights glamorizes the process of opening up the pack, further convincing players to open more and more packs. And when the disappointment of the pack hits, the emotion evoked is a sense of stress that you haven't gotten the good pull. No! 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 That stress leads you to want to alleviate that stress. And in order to alleviate that stress, you need to get that good pull and you need to go and gamble again. Here is another problem with the way EA handle packs. The high-level streamers of FIFA that EA respect because they provide free promotion for the game. So what they do is that they increase the odds of those people, those high-rated streamers who get tons of views. They provide them with much better pack odds because there's such a wide audience of FIFA players watching that player pack something very good. So when you see your favorite streamer pack something for something they actually paid for because they get revenue from Twitch and whatever, they're able to do that to provide you with more content. But for you, you need to use your own money. And since you see, well, this streamer packed whoever in a pack, of course I can do it too. But the reality is, for those streamers, for those YouTubers, the odds of them getting that better pull are exponentially higher than you. So even though you see it much more often from streamers, it doesn't mean you are going to see it yourself. So after seeing that, you go for your own pack, you gamble your money again, and when it doesn't come through, it's time to go back to the credit card to get more money for the account. Some people recognize how shitty Ultimate Team is, and they have gone to other game modes trying to satisfy their craving for a good soccer or football game. Maybe they'll switch to career mode, maybe they'll switch to the seasons mode. But we get the same damn career mode every single year with hundreds of bugs that are so easy to fix, but they never do. Like anybody who plays career mode knows the loan listing glitch. As soon as you list a player for loan, sometimes you can never ever unlist that player for loan. They are forever going to be on the loan list. And even though they reject every single loan offer that comes their way, you just want to get them out of your club on loan. You can never take them off the loan list no matter how much you do or how hard you try. I've literally played in career mode where a player on my team just vanishes from my roster when the next season restarts and just appears on another team. I didn't get a transfer fee. He didn't sign on a pre-contract anywhere. Just disappears from my roster. The disrespect to the former best game mode in FIFA is unreal. People can also try pro clubs, but if you think the gameplay in Ultimate Team is shit, wait till you get on a pro club server. If your player isn't 5'5" and under and the lowest weight possible, you're just wasting your time. You're absolutely useless on the field. The lock-on feature of the passing is absolutely disgraceful. You can send in a low cross to a wide-open striker at the front post who just needs to tap in the empty net, but he will literally watch it roll over his toes to go to the covered player at the back post. Just because it locked onto him. Why can't it just lock onto the player who's actually open? I do not understand. Sometimes a player in front of you will be wide open for a through ball, but the player will just play the ball backwards, even though you were not pointing anywhere near the direction of where the ball actually went. Everybody in the FIFA community knows about these issues, but we are never going to win against EA. The reality is EA profit more and more every year, and that profit comes from Ultimate Team more and more every year. Pro clubs in career mode and maybe seasons don't make EA anywhere near as much money as Ultimate Team does. That's why every time you sign into career mode, it's trying to get you to go on Ultimate Team. It'll give you a free pack in order to jump into FIFA on Ultimate Team and make you want to spend your money there. Anybody old enough knows that in a drug deal system, you give away the first little sample for free to get the player hooked onto the drug. So anybody who wants to sell marijuana successfully, you give away the first batch to somebody for free and make them want to come back to you to pay for more. So when you sign into career mode, EA gives you that first little pack. And then They glamorize the process as if it is a gambling site, which makes you want to spend more and more money to get more packs for yourself. It's the same system. So if career mode and pro clubs don't make them money, why would they spend their time enhancing those game modes for the people who actually love to play those game modes? They don't matter. They're not making them any money. They don't care about their players. Ultimate Team is becoming more and more about stressing to play the game as often as possible. Like, there's no more casual Ultimate Team play. You can't just go into the seasons and work your way up to Division 1 and get, that feeling of winning Division 1. All it is division rivals where you have to play constantly every week, and you got to play weekend league, 30 games every weekend. You only have 3 days to play 30 games. It's utterly ridiculous. And if you skip out on playing and you just want to play casual, then you just fall behind the pack of everybody else getting those rewards for playing division rivals constantly, for playing weekend league every week. You fall behind when you stop playing. It just completely eradicates the casual player from having fun playing FIFA. There's no tournaments anymore that allow you to play with your silver teams or even your bronze teams just to try out new players. It is impossible to use them. All they are SBC fodder. You have to grind week by week like it's a fucking full-time job to get any sort of reward for playing. How is somebody with a job or with a family going to make it work and try to build up with FIFA and play casually? It's just not going to happen. But how microtransactions work is that it's not the majority of players that they're getting all the money from. It's that little percentage of players who are spending copious amounts of money on the game as an addiction, basically. They're addicted to opening these packs, spending money on the game. That is where the bulk of the profits come from, and that percentage of players doing that is increasing every year with the scummy tactics EA are using to get you addicted to playing Ultimate Team, addicted to opening packs. With that in mind, that growing year by year, profit growing year by year, FIFA fans are never going to win unless they stop playing the game, unless they stop playing Ultimate Team. The only way you're going to hurt EA is with their wallet. You take away their money, they'll start to listen. But that's not going to happen. Exponential growth in profits year by year from EA. You want a better game, you gotta stop playing it and go back in a few years when they actually fix the problems with the game, because nothing is gonna change as long as their wallet doesn't change. Because for the players who actually want to make a difference and stop spending their money on packs and stuff, who just fall behind, eventually they're gonna cave. When you're falling behind and your squad isn't up to the caliber of other meta players, it's back to the credit card to catch up. That is all for this video. Thank you for watching. Please comment how you think we combat anything to do with EA. It's going to be a struggle, but I urge you that the only way you can win is by stopping playing the game. Please like the video if you like, and make sure you are subscribed to Amateur Hour Sports for more content just like this. We don't do a lot of video game content. Very rarely. We're more focused on NBA and other soccer and football insight and opinion among other sports. But be sure to join Amateur Hour Sports by subscribing as well. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. We post 4 times a week. Lots of content coming your way. At the end of the day, I believe what I say, and if you disagree, that's okay. We'll see you again next time.